Why do juveniles kill their parents? This has long been a question in minds of many people. Are they angry? Do they have grudges? Is there chemical imbalances in the brain? As New York Times looks at children who kill, the Federal Bureau of Investigation shows at this present time 100,000 Americans were arrested back in 1982 for homicide. However, the rate was doubled for 17-year-olds. A few instances of children killing their parents are as follows. On July 29, 2016, a 17-year-old named A.J. Armstrong from Houston, Texas, killed his parents, Antonio and Dawn Armstrong, with single gunshots to the head while they slept. A.J., however, claims that an intruder came into their house and killed his parents. The teen's family and extended family believes that he is innocent until proven guilty and that he did not kill his parents. However, the judge refused to grant Armstrong bail because of the overwhelming amount of forensic evidence and physical evidence that was found at the scene of the crime. Some of this evidence is as follows: fingerprints clearly around the scene of the crime, times not adding up, and logical errors. The judge eventually charged Armstrong as an adult, and he will be in jail for life. A second example of children killing their parents. On February 9, 2014, Ashton Sacha, who was 19 years old at the time of the horrific killings, killed his parents in cold blood. Sacha then tried to kill his two younger siblings in their family's home in San Juan Capistrano, California. The boy at the time had a court-appointed attorney who he later dropped and decided to represent himself. Sacha, who at the time of the murders lived in Seattle, Washington, drove to his parents' home with bad intentions. He was reportedly upset with his parents over his depression and favoritism for his younger brother and sister. Sacha shot his parents multiple times as they slept. He then shot his younger brother, and he attempted to shoot his younger sister, who got away. Sacha ended up pleading guilty to his murder charges, which there was a no plea deal, and he took full responsibility for his actions. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. A third and final instance of children killing their parents is actually a popular case. It's the Lizzie Borden case. Children killing their parents has even dated far back as 1892. Lizzie Andrew Borden, who was an American woman who was accused of killing both her parents with an axe in Fall River, Massachusetts. Lizzie and her sister were assigned chores of cleaning certain rooms in their home by their father and their stepmother. However, on the day in question, Lizzie's stepmother decided the cleaning upstairs bedroom needed done, and she decided to do it herself. According to forensics, she was facing the killer when she was attacked with a blow to the side of the head, which cut her above the ear. Then the killer struck her in the back of the head 17 times until she was dead. Andrew Borden was apparently napping on the downstairs couch after coming in from a morning walk with a colleague. He was struck 11 times with an axe, and he was found slumped over a couch. Lizzie Borden was never charged due to insufficient evidence and was set free, but still remains the prime suspect in the killings. After researching these three cases, the question still remains, what would make children kill their parents? Many believe that chemical imbalances have a lot to do with the reason children kill their parents. Research from Time magazine shares with us what actually happens in people's brains when they kill. They decided to do a field research on 48 people. They gave them 3 different scenarios. The first scenario, a soldier who would kill an enemy soldier. The second scenario, a soldier who would kill a civilian. And finally, the third scenario, they used a control, and this was a soldier who shot but didn't actually shoot anybody. This experiment showed that in all cases, the people saw the scene from the shooter's point of view. They were asked at the end of each shot to press a button indicating who they shot. This means taking ownership and full responsibility for what they've done. They also gave the subject a guilt test to rate themselves on how guilty they felt. The orbital cortex was a few The orbital cortex was a focus for this study because it is associated with moral sensitivity, judgment, and behavioral choices. This part of the brain concentrates on the deliberate act of doing something and taking responsibility for it. This study showed results that most people feel guilty and take responsibility for their behavior and their choices. Juveniles who kill their parents have showed complete remorse, such as calling the cops and turning themselves in after they've done horrific killings. This also takes a turn for the worst, as some juveniles don't take any ownership or responsibility and show strong signs of being sociopathic and having emotions tied, which means having no emotions tied to their actions. In conclusion, research has shown that juveniles who kill their parents due to chemical imbalances, sociopathic diagnosis, and depressive stages, and a complete ignorance in managing their emotions tend to end up in jail for a very long time.